Hello fellow football connoisseurs and welcome back to the quick take. In today's video I'll be going over the news regarding Estevão Willian, also known as MESSINHO, the wonder kid coming out of Sao Paulo, Brazil, along with a potential new shirt provider in the following seasons and an update regarding Mauricio Pochettino's lies. Before I continue, I would like to quickly remind you I am running a giveaway with OwnASaber.com where at 15,000 subscribers you could be in with a chance at winning the King of London lightsaber, the perfect saber for every Chelsea fan. 3 participants will be chosen and all you have to do to enter is subscribe to the channel and check the pinned comment down below for more information. And with that, on with the video. So this coming in from Fabrizio Romano, Chelsea keep working on Estevão Willian deal. Discussions taking place since October as 2007 Brazilian talent remains high on club's list. MESSINHO has €60 million release clause and no club has decided to trigger it yet so far. Barcelona remain in contact on player side. Now of course Chelsea have already missed out on a number of Brazilian talents to La Liga. Of course Endrick, we had everything agreed with him on personal terms, but then Todd Boehly backed out of the deal, not wanting to inflate the market. Of course, he did go on to inflate the market, and another club ended up paying the money for Endrick, so the market would have inflated anyway. So, waste of money and time there. And then we messed up the deal regarding Vitor Roque, who ended up going to Barcelona and now is, of course, in Spain. But this is a deal Chelsea cannot miss out on, no matter how much Estevão Willian wants to play for Barcelona, because, of course, a lot of the young Brazilian wonder kids coming through the football system over there do want to play for the Real Madrids, the Barcelonas, which is understandable. Obviously, they grew up watching the likes of Ronaldinho, they grew up watching the likes of Kaká, they grew up watching the likes of Ronaldo Nazario, of course, and so that makes sense. We have a lot of African talents who want to join Chelsea because of the likes of John Obi Mikel and the likes of, obviously, Didier Drogba. So we have the African talents who want to play for us, and the La Liga clubs have the South American talents, although it does look like we are pushing heavily for Estevão Willian. Barcelona are yet to contact Palmeiras for Estevão Willian MESSINHO. Chelsea are still leading the race to sign the Brazilian, as they are willing to trigger his €60 million release clause. Sources from Palmeiras have informed Sport that Chelsea have transferred one of their executives to the legal department to Sao Paulo, to Sao Paulo, with the intention of paying Estevão Willian's termination clause, which amounts to up to €60 million. Chelsea really want to sign MESSINHO Estevão. He would be more for the future. I understand Chelsea fans may be frustrated, as right now it is not great, but I have to tell you what is happening. They are working on a deal for Estevão. And finally, here's a final run-up of the information we have right now. Chelsea's interest in Estevão Willian for MESSINHO is very serious, and technical director Lawrence Stewart is accompanied by another executive in Sao Paulo, where they have met Palmeiras president Leila Pereira. The deal could cost as much as €75 million, with commissions included. Barcelona manager Xavi currently has different priorities and is more likely to pursue a defensive midfielder, while Paris Saint-Germain are also out of the running. Estevão Willian, he is a winger. He can play on the right wing, the left wing. He's somewhat like Kendrick Pires in a way, where he's a little bit versatile, although the way he moves is just fantastic. The way he's able to dribble past players, and I really do think this guy's sky is the limit. It is obviously frustrating because we have a lot of first team needs. Of course, we need a striker, we need a left back, we need a defender, potentially a goalkeeper. There's so much stuff that needs to happen for the first team, and as Fabrizio Romano stated, he understands the frustration of Chelsea fans. We have signed a lot of young players, Cesar Caste, Andre Santos, Gabriel Slonina. If this comes off, that Estevão Willian, MESSINHO, Kendrick Pires, who am I missing? I'm missing people. Dujon Richards, the guy we just signed from, I think, a Jamaican club. Obviously, Andre Santos. David Fofana, of course, he's just gone on loan to Burnley. A lot of young players not even ready to play for Chelsea yet. Angelo Gabriel, of course, who's now at Strasbourg and is actually doing fairly okay over there. But the point is, it does appear like someone like MESSINHO would be a star for the future, and we've seen time and time again that the owners and the board are really trying to build a club that is sustainable for the future. Now, whether someone like this comes good in the future, we do not know. Obviously, we can't predict the future. I keep saying future. Take a drink. No, don't take a drink every time I say the word future. But what I'm trying to say is, this right here is a clear indication of what they're trying to do. And I do believe that in the next few transfer windows, the amount of money they're going to put into the club will reduce heavily. They've already spent £1 billion on players. Yes, we've had player sales, but that's £1 billion worth of players coming into the club. in the hopes that it's able to sustain the club to the point where we're not active in every single transfer window. We're selling players here and there. If we need to sell an academy player, that's pure profit, and that's why I think we're buying these young players, so we can develop them and then sell them for pure profit in the future if they are maybe not good enough to replace someone who's already in the starting 11. But this is a deal I'm actually pretty excited for. Again, I know, I understand the frustration. Enough kids, Bowleys, and I understand, but Esteval Willian is next level. He is up there with the likes of Vitor Roque and Endrick, the two Brazilians we did miss out on to the La Liga clubs. So getting someone of that level into the Chelsea fold, that'd be fantastic. You know, you never know. He could become the next Messi. He could also become the next. He could also become the next Anthony. It's a toss-up. It's a gamble, but I really do think this guy's sky is the limit. Next in the news, we have a potential new shirt provider in the future. Nike and Jordan are ending their partnership with PSG in 2 seasons' time. They are thinking of a London club to replace them. Now, my thought would be Chelsea would be a shoo-in. Chelsea have been... I don't know the best way to describe this that won't get me demonetized, but the kits we've been given recently by Nike have been disastrous. And when you compare them to the kits that PSG have been wearing for the past few seasons with the Jordan sponsorship, they are really nice. I really like the PSG kits for the past few years, and so if we were able to get someone who is able to actually create nice looking kits, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Look at some of these PSG kits. Absolutely beautiful. And it is a fairly lucrative deal. Here we go. PSG seal record 80 million euros per year Nike kit deal. Paris Saint-Germain have announced a long-term contract extension with kit manufacturer Nike, which is now one of European football's most lucrative, a source told ESPN FC. The French champions are tied to the American brand until 2032 and will more than triple their previous deal. It now puts PSG ahead of Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Tottenham, Hotspur and Liverpool with an annual figure in excess of 80 million euros. We have some more financial news regarding the Air Jordan agreement. No financial details of the extended agreement of PSG and Jordan have been revealed by La Source 75006 on Twitter. However, we think that PSG will get a similar amount for the extra year as they have done before, around 67 million euros, previously 200 million euro for 3 years. Coming back to the Chelsea squad here, in case Chalobah believes a new centre-back could be signed, they're looking at some centre-back situations and they are looking at striker market for 2024. Of course, Chelsea have apparently been in talks with Benfica for my favourite centre-back, Antonio Silva. Whether that deal can be completed or not, who knows. He does have a 100 million euro release clause, and so we will have to negotiate with Benfica again, and we all know how negotiations with Benfica go in the January transfer window. Benfica usually get their way, but sometimes Chelsea get their man. I'm finishing this video with a word on Mauricio Pochettino. Pochettino held a press conference today. Of course, Chelsea play Fulham tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. Not a.m. It'd be very, very late game, feels a.m. Poch on losing to Middlesbrough. Caicedo was telling me his Brighton lost there last season. Many Premier League teams, when they play there, lose. But we are still alive and we will fight again to be in the final when at Stamford Bridge. Now, I would just like to let you know, Brighton didn't lose last season. In fact, Brighton won 5-1 last season. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know why he would lie about that. He also lied about the fact that Thiago Silva was going over to the fans to calm them down because they were having a go at the Middlesbrough fans. And then I asked my followers on Twitter who had gone to the game what they had seen, what was their side of the story regarding this whole situation. And from what I was told, it was more down to the fans giving grief to the players, and that's why Thiago Silva came over. Yes, there was some grief in the higher stands towards the Middlesbrough fans, but the fans were giving abuse to the players. Mauricio Pochettino denied this and then turned to his assistant, who said, "I can validate that story," or something along those lines. How can you validate it? There's a lot of smoke and mirrors going on right now at Chelsea Football Club, and I'm not a big fan of it. Transparency would be respected. I would understand it if he had said, yes, the fans were shouting and giving abuse to the players. I really do believe he'd be better off condemning it than denying that it ever happened. It's a very strange approach Mauricio Pochettino is taking at the moment, especially when he's on such thin ice with the Chelsea fan base right now. Lying to the Chelsea fans when he's on very thin ice right now, and we know the truth, is just a baffling approach to take right now. But that about wraps up today's video again. Chelsea move for MESSINHO. We are in Brazil right now, talking to the club directors, trying to get a deal agreed. That is our intention over there. He is worth, well, he has a release clause of 60 million, which could rise to 75 million when everything's added together. How would you feel with a Chelsea kit sponsored by Air Jordan? What do you think it would look like? Would you wear it? That is the big question for today. And which centre-back do you think Chelsea should sign? Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, I have been The Quick Take, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.